Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with another video. Now in today's video we are going to look at the sit and wait turkey vest from the company TideWe. Now if you're not familiar with the company TideWe, they make a number of products for the hunting application. Everything from hunting blinds to outfits, full gear head to toe, and in today's case, well here, a turkey vest. Now when it comes to hunting, I am certainly not an expert, but I'm hoping to continue to gain experience in the hunting genre and hunting genre of products. TideWe reached out to me to see if I'd be interested in taking a look at their turkey vest, putting together a review and overview of this particular vest, and that's exactly what we're going to do here today. So in today's video, I'm going to go through all of the features of the sit and wait turkey vest. There are a number of different features in here that I think you're going to be interested in, especially for those who are looking to get into turkey hunting, or if you're looking for a vest that can carry a bunch of gear and you want to have a good quality place to sit. This is definitely a multi-use, multi-purpose item, but again, specifically intended for turkey hunting. Now I'm going to show you how this can be completely outfit. We're going to get into some basic practical use demonstrations and overall fit of this particular vest, and I'm hoping it'll give you a good understanding of what you can fit in here. A lot of compartments, a lot of flexibility and versatility with the sit and wait turkey vest. So when we come back, we'll get into it, but with that said, I have a whole bunch to do and a whole bunch to share with you, and if you're interested in seeing a little bit more about what I'm about to get into, do me a favor, stay tuned. Now before we get too far, I would like to say thank you very much to the people at TideWe who did provide this for review. And so as we get into this here, the interesting thing about this is technically a vest, but it's almost like a backpack. It actually kind of, in a way, combines the best of both worlds into a single package. So as you take a look here and we undo the front straps, you can see the back has phenomenal vented padding all the way up. So again, this is going to strike the balance between technically a vest and a backpack. You can see a channelized area in the top for breathability, some nice mesh on the sides, which will also help this to breathe. But as you wrap this around the front, you can see lots of compartments, excellent organization, the ability to hold a whole bunch of gear. But as we flip this around all the way to the back side, well, this is where you get into your seat. So you have a built-in seat. So as you're looking for turkeys and you're on the hunt, you do have a nice quality place to sit built in on the inside. And as we unstrap the sort of top shoulders here, you can see there is a full frame for the seat. So you can fold this down, have a nice quality place to sit. So even if you're not technically planning on using this for turkey hunting, I could see this being used in a number of different ways. It's good, soft material. It's not going to make a lot of noise. So even if you're a deer hunter and you're working on the ground, you could certainly put this to your advantage. If you're somebody that's interested in outdoor sort of bushcraft, I could see this also being a useful piece of gear. So even though this is technically designed specifically for turkey hunting, I definitely can see this being a multi-purpose and multi-use piece of kit. Seen here in the True Timber Strata, so the True Timber Strata camouflage, beautiful pattern, nice soft material, fairly quiet, all things considered, and just beautifully constructed. As we go through all of the features, we'll flip this around. We're going to work from the front all the way to the back. And so you can see here, the front panels very well laid out. A lot of storage space in here, great straps, nice zippers all the way around. So some flexibility right away. Now, I do have a number of calls here and we will sort of slide these into place, but you can see things like, for example, your slate calls. There are pockets that are fairly specific and would allow these to fit nicely right in the front of the kit. Here you end up with, your other pieces. You could certainly leverage this if you're careful on the outside or just nice and on the inside of the pocket. So again, some flexibility and versatility depending on what you're trying to do, but you'll notice that the length of the pockets, the size of the pockets, again, very specific for turkey calls and things like that. Now, as you take a look at this pocket here, a couple of different things that you could do, but say for example, a box call. So if you have a box call and you like to use a box call, that is something that you could certainly put in a couple of these pockets. But in my opinion, the easiest probably right here on the outside. This here is a pocket that actually leverages a magnet. So very simple. It's going to be fairly quiet. A little bit of a click there, but it's not like you're undoing a zipper, making a whole bunch of noise. Now with turkeys, few things to consider. Most specifically, eyesight with turkeys is critical, so having the nice camouflage is going to come into play, but you also definitely want to be fairly quiet. So I like the fact that you have this nice vertical pocket on the outside and that simple magnetic enclosure. Very simple, but nicely done. Continuing through the outside, again, you end up with multiple pockets, so 2 pockets on the outside for those calls, a couple of mesh pouches if you choose to use them, another zippered compartment here, and you can see this will work for ammo. So shotgun shells right on the outside. These are just some dummy round snap caps here for the example, but you can see elasticized. And this actually will hold these very well. 8 shells across, so depending on what you're trying to do, you could have, obviously a little variety, but 8 shells across, pretty straightforward. And this definitely should be more than enough ammo to bring with you. So again, depending on what you're trying to do, it leaves you a little bit flexible and versatile, but that's nice right on the outside. These are 2 3/4 inch shells. So you can see here the 2 3/4 inch shells fitting nicely. Again, zippered across the front, pretty straightforward, not a heck of a lot to it. The inside, again, of this pocket, very straightforward, just a nice simple pocket. But at this point, you can see getting my calls established on the outside of the vest. Unzippering here and opening this up, this is a nice large pouch. You could put hats, gloves, things like that. If you had folding saws, any sort of equipment like that right on the outside, just a nice large pocket. You could slip a map in here, no problem at all. And even at that, plenty of room for things like your cell phone. So if you are leveraging a cell phone, pens, pads of paper, anything like that, nice right here on the outside. I personally have a fairly large cell phone and that fits pretty nice right there. So very simple, easy, right on the outside. Again, all the zippers, very nice in terms of the zipper tracks. They are inverted, so you can see here all inverted zipper tracks the entire way, which is awesome. So that's going to help protect the teeth, especially if you're running through brush, branches, things like that. All of the hardware, seemingly very nice hardware. Now, I can't say for sure whether or not this is technically Duraflex branded, but usually when you look close, you can see this happens to have the cutouts. So usually that's where you'd see the branding. So I'm not sure if this is UTX or Duraflex branded, but either way you go, very nice hardware, positive click, and well done. Heavy bar stitching in strategic locations to add some additional strength, and in all the key locations. So again, looking across the top, nice quality padded shoulder straps leading over to this side. Now we've already looked at a couple of these pockets, but again, as we open up the additional flap on the outside here, some more room for shotgun shells if you need to, and just an open pocket on this side. So again, on the front and the outside of the vest, plenty of room for equipment and gear. Just nice overall layout on the front of the vest. But as we open up to the inside, more flexibility. Now here you can see I actually have some additional calls, like these mouth calls, and these are literally the exact perfect size to fit on the inside here. So as you take a look, you can see these pockets here, perfect for your mouth calls. These fit nicely inside their cases, absolutely perfect. So again, going back to my original point, which is this vest, even though it could be technically, in my opinion, multi-use, multi-purpose. It is very strategic in terms of some of the sizing on these pockets. Another nice mesh pocket here across the front, large, good amount of space, the ability to add additional gear. Again, you could put gloves or a hat on the inside and just continue to build out your kit. You do end up with the exact same pocket layout on both sides. So again, very nicely laid out both on the outside and the inside of the vest. I do end up with an additional call here, so an owl hoot you can see here. Again, if I wanted to, I could simply slide this in any one of the interior pockets. That would work out just fine, but it's a little loose to my opinion, so I would probably rather leverage the outside. I could double up here, slide this on the inside here, and have both my calls right on the outside, so that's probably what I'd realistically do. Now this here is the TideWe HRF700 rangefinder. So you could either leverage this in its small pouch here, or you could remove it. Just for the demonstration here, I am going to show that with the pocket layout here, you definitely have the ability to either leverage one of these larger pockets on the inside, or even better would be right in here. So if you kind of rework some of these items and get this organized, you can certainly fit your rangefinder. Nice and padded too, so that's a nice padded pocket there, which works out well. And then I could actually double up here, so instead of putting my cell phone, I could certainly put my calls in here, and that'll work out just fine right on the front. So again, depending on what you're trying to do, you can do a couple of different things. Now this happens to have a loop, so if I wanted to, I could probably figure out a pretty nice way to attach this to the outside, but right now this works out just fine right inside that nice padded and protected pouch on the outside of the vest. As we get into the back side, you can see here with the seat, this is clipped onto the sides to stow it away, but it also has nice quality, high-powered magnets which hold it into place and very secure. But once you fold it down, it actually works out very well where you end up with a rubberized base. So if this is facing down, nice quality rubberized base that's going to help keep things dry. And then again, it is hinged on these straps right on the bottom. So the bottom having these straps, so this will hinge down, and you can loosen this up and allow this to swing down and into place. It swings forward so that when you're sitting down, the padding and the sort of reinforced area will be down to the ground with the padding sitting up, and you sit right on top. Nice and thick, couple inches thick there, and overall fairly quiet. Has a little bit of noise, but not too bad, so as long as you're careful, this shouldn't make too much noise. And especially if you already have yourself in an appropriate seated position ready to shoot, it shouldn't make too much noise. The frame on the inside here, allowing you to open this up, and it gives you a back to lean against while you're sitting and waiting. So just really sweet to have a little bit of a seat. So in combination with your seat, the ability just to lean back, relax, and wait for your target. This is fully adjustable, so you can adjust the legs in terms of the height, both on each side, so you can kind of balance this out. And you'll see the back here folding up and allowing you to stow it away. Now this does get built directly into the bag itself. So as you take a look at the bag here, you basically open up the outside here. You can see getting this opened up, tucking the frame inside that pocket, securing everything back down and into place, and then on the sides leveraging the Velcro. So the Velcro holding the entire system into place, tied to the bag. That's going to be the case on both sides, pretty straightforward, but again leveraging the Velcro. And at this point you can see everything sitting nicely. This does give you the ability to continue to swing the seat back up into place, and then you end up with those feet exposed on the bottom. So a very nice setup, very straightforward, but allowing you now to leverage the backpack as sort of a backrest with the seat and all of that. So a very nice setup. And one of the main features being a turkey bag, the fact that you can fold down this back panel and this ends up being a game pouch. So I would personally leverage a secondary bag and a sacrificial bag inside of here just to avoid all the blood from getting on your gear. That's just me personally. However, a nice sized game bag here, certainly capable of fitting a bird. But just one last component to point out, that there is another pocket right in the back side. So you can see here, just another little pocket here on the back side of the vest. So you can route a bladder. So if you want to install a bladder, you can put a hydration hose right out the top, route it down and around your straps. So the shoulder straps here, having the hose routing capability, nice stays in the appropriate location, couple of loops and straps to hold the hose where it needs to, appropriate padding, nice and wide over your shoulders, just an overall excellent setup. Breakaway, you can see here, the breakaway straps if needed. So generally speaking, very well outfit with this vest. Excellent overall quality, excellent craftsmanship, but the question at this point, again, how will it perform? Taking a look at this in terms of getting it fit up on my body, I am 6'1", about 175 pounds at the time of this video. You can see here, again, this is kind of like a backpack, but kind of like a vest. So you are going to leverage the straps across the front. This does have 3 clips, so 1 here, 2 in the middle, and then your chest or sternum strap is number 3. Tightening everything down, you can see this is going to be kind of, my box call rubbing there, so you might want to be a little bit careful there just to make sure. If you cinch this down, should help prevent that from moving around just a little bit. But getting this on my body, you can see here that frame on the back and that seat. Getting all the straps here tightened down. This does seem to fit fairly well, all things considered. Gives me the tools that I need at my disposal right on the front. Again, very easy to access everything right here on the front, fitting nicely, good and padded on the back, and this should give me everything I need to get out there. So with that, let's get out to the field and give this a try. all right, guys, there you have it. A look at the TideWe Sit and Wait turkey vest. Again, I am not much of a hunter. In fact, the crazy thing is this is so nice, so effective, and just well laid out. It kind of makes me want to go turkey hunting, and I've been talking about it with some friends. So it's inspirational. It kind of gets me thinking and doing a lot of research and really wanting to try something different. So that would absolutely be a different experience for me. So when it comes down to it, I am working with the people at TideWe to help them with some promotional materials. This has worked out very well. I think this is a great addition to really many people's kit for different reasons. Again, primarily made and specifically made for turkey hunting, but I can see this being useful for many different types of hunters. And in my case, I could actually see using this and loving this out in the wilderness as a sort of bushcraft base kit. It's just that flexible, that versatile, that well made. And it's just a really neat piece of kit where you have the built-in seat right tied in with all this awesome gear. And it really does sort of take the place of a backpack. Really efficient, nicely laid out, just awesome materials, and a really, really cool design. And so again, I would like to say thank you very much to the people at TideWe who did provide this for review. For the rest of you, if you like this content, do me a favor. Take a look at my Outer Limitless channel, which is more on my primary gear. On that channel, I cover everything from hiking, camping, and backpacking excursions, all the gear that goes with it. So from sleep systems, shelter systems, knives, axes, backpacks, flashlights, you name it, that's my Outer Limitless YouTube channel. So alright guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.